As promised, I'm back with another episode. I cannot promise that this will be my last episode for the day because once I get on this train of thought, the ideas keep coming to me. The topic of this episode is about lust and greed, and these are the factors that motivate a lot of people in interacting with others. You'll notice that there's some people out there who really only invest their energy in other people if it means profiting off them or riding their coattails, like celebrities who all of a sudden now they have all these friends who want to be part of their entourage and their group. Okay, that's greed. What is lust? Well, let's think about it. Because in the beginning, all there was Adam. And then God made Eve out of Adam's rib because God felt that man needed a female counterpart, which is a beautiful concept. But the problem is beneath our genders, beneath our flesh, beneath our packaging is a soul, is a spirit. And just like people get dollar bills in their sign, in their eyes, how they get blinded by just seeing people for financial or celebrity gain. People will only see people through sexual eyes. There are people out there. I think men do this more than women, but I think there are probably some women who are like this too. They only invest their energy in conversing or speaking with other people who are packaged to meet their desires. And they seem to forget that beneath the flesh and our gender and our appearance is a spirit, is a soul. And I believe that when we die and we go to heaven, all there is that spirit, is that soul. There's no money, there's no flesh, there's no titties, there's no thighs, there's no booties. It's just spirits talking to other spirits. And it upsets me sometimes. I feel so lonely and so disconnected sometimes because of the the females who are worshipped, the ones who are packaged, and they're reveling so much and basking so much in their attention and their worship that I can't get a conversation with them. I can't even get them to look at me. Okay? And then you have the men who blindly follow them so much that they don't even want to have a conversation with me. They don't want to speak spirit to spirit because there's some men in their 50s who are still pussy hounds. They're driven by lust. And let me give you an example. I had a friend, okay, a female friend, and she had a lot of boyfriends. And it was kind of hard for me in the beginning when we first started. In the beginning, we were dating in the beginning. And after about 2 or 3 weeks, she decided that she wanted to have me in the friend zone. And it hurt really bad. It took me a couple of years to get used to it. And I think the reason why she put me in the friend zone because I don't have confidence in myself. She likes bad boys. And also, I'll be honest, I suffer from ED, which I know is a personal thing, but I think it's a psychological thing because I've repressed myself for so long that my body doesn't respond to thoughts anymore. My body doesn't believe that it's actually going to get lucky because of, you know, men are kind of like women. Not all men can just get excited visually. Maybe you're 18, but if you've gone for many, many years without any kind of touch or even conversation or holding hands or hugging, your body can shut down. And, some women just don't have the patience for it. They don't want to work with, they want instant gratification. So, anyway, I accepted the fact that she just wanted to be friends with me. I accepted the friendship. And what used to annoy me was whenever we used to get together, I would never show up at her home uninvited, never. But whenever we were at our house, one of her boyfriends or guys she was fooling around would show up uninvited, right? And then they would try to actually have the audacity to get her into the bedroom when I was there. And also the fact that, like, I'm like, okay, you're fooling around with her. Can't we just talk? You're here, I'm here. They didn't want to invest any time having a conversation. They were so focused on getting her into the bed. Then there was this other man. He was an older man, and I had introduced her to him. You know, he likes to drink, she likes to drink. You know, they could be friends, right? And she became friends with him. And you know, she's a flirt. She fools around, whatever. You know, and this old man also had a girlfriend too. I didn't have a girl, and he just kind of cut me out of the picture. And I knew him for years before, you know, I even knew her. And she used to say, yo, why don't you, like, can we invite, she would make plans for him to go out to dinner, and she would say, can we invite Steve along? He would, no, I don't want anybody, don't bring him along. Or no, I don't like him, he's nasty. I don't like that guy, I don't like that motherfucker. And all of a sudden he turned against me because he seemed threatened by me, that he wanted her all for himself, that he even wanted my friendship anymore, okay? So that's how lust can be just as greedy as financial and social greed. You know, social greed, people you know, musicians and comedians or act from the open mic scene who won't even say hello to you. You got to say hello to you. But then whenever there's a famous person around, they run up and they want to pose for a picture with that. And sometimes it makes me think, you know, maybe I don't want to be famous, because if I become famous, I'm going to have people wanting to come up and pose for pictures with me. And I'm going to start thinking, you know, how would this person have treated me if I was a nobody? They probably wouldn't even pay me any mind, and they just want to know me because of my success. Anyway, those are my thoughts on lust and greed and betrayal. I might be back later, I might not. Thank you, YouTube, for allowing me to have this platform. I'm out.